Hello, my name is Guy. On January 1st of this year, 2016, a new bail-in system went into effect for all European banks. What does that mean? We've heard before of the bailout system, which consisted as to have the taxpayers pay for the banks that were in a crisis. But since the coffers of the state are empty, we have to find another solution to prevent the big banks that are too big to fail, to prevent them from falling. So we have had an idea which consists in the confiscation of the deposits of the savings of the people. That means that all bank depositors become unsecured lenders. What does that mean? That means, for instance, if I lend you money and you lose it, you go bankrupt, I am going to lose my money. Well, this is what we do with the banks. Our deposits become money that we lend, and if the banks fail, well, we lose our money. And this is what we call the bail-in. It's simply confiscation. It consists in confiscation of people's savings. What's going on in reality? Well, let's have a look at the sheepfold. We have three players in this world of illusion we live in. We have three players: the sheep, who is a victim, fearful victim, and whom is he afraid of? He's afraid of the wolf. And who's the wolf? The sheep is the people. The wolf is the private sector. The private sector, who's the predator. And the wolf wants to eat the sheep. So then we need a third player to protect the sheep. And this is the shepherd. And his function is to protect and secure the sheep, take care of their security and their protection. But what we are seeing now is that the shepherd authorized the wolf, the predator, gave him the authorization to eat as many sheep as he needs for his survival. This is what's going on right now. Well, we have to realize one thing, is that the cornerstone of this triangle of hell, which is an illusion, is the sheep. And the sheep is if there's no sheep, well, we don't need a shepherd anymore. And of course, there are no more wolves in the area. They just go away. So the sheep, also we have to realize that the sheep is the only one working, bringing wealth. He generates wealth, whereas the two other ones don't generate anything. So they need the sheep to give his power away and his wealth away. So that's why they have to unite one with the other in order to get the sheep's wealth. This is what is going on in reality. What does Personocratia do? As I recall, Personocratia is both a consciousness of who we really are, of our real identity, and it is also a coherent behavior. Personocratia acts accordingly to who she really is. What does she do? Well, she will not collaborate with the banks in any way. Why does she do that? Well, banks are often called banksters. And that's true. This is their function. This is who they are. They create money out of thin air. They have no money. It's only figures. And then they take your property away, everything you have. You take it away if you don't pay them back. And give them real money when they gave you no money at all. So, yes, they are banksters, and their function, they are thieves, and they rob, but their function is to rob people of their money. So Personocratia stops all collaboration with the banks. Concretely, what does she do? Well, first of all, she gets her money out of the bank. There are three types of banks. There's the commercial bank, there are the investment banks, and also the insurance, specifically the life insurance banking. She knows that only 5% of money, the banks own, they have only 5% of the money that is lent. So she knows that, because people won't get their money back when the banks go bankrupt. What will Personocratia do next? What will she do with her money when it's out of the bank? Well, first thing she will do is get out of debt. This is very important. Get out of the slavery of debt. The second thing she does is invest on herself. Invest on herself doesn't mean to buy jewels or dresses or things like this. It means to invest, first of all, on my being, on who I am, on my consciousness. And it also means investing, after that, investing on my having, on my abilities, on my expertise. And thirdly, Personocratia stops using false money. She gets rid of her credit cards, all sorts of cards, checks, and will use only when she needs it, will use cash money only, replace them all with cash money only. In addition to that, she will use real money, which is what we know as barter, but also local currencies and game points. All those are real money, and this is what she will use in priority. In conclusion, with the bail-in, the bank bail-in, we're facing a high level of disillusion. How are we going to manage this disillusion? We have two options. Either we remain in this world of illusion, we remain victims, and we see this bail-in system as a betrayal. We've been betrayed by our daddy state, our protector, who was supposed to protect us. We've been betrayed, and that brings about a lot of resentment and anger. But we also have another option, which is seeing this bail-in as an opportunity to grow, to see it as an evolutionary gift that we have created for ourselves to transform from the sheep mode to the wingman, the individual sovereigns that we really are. And then bail-in makes sense. It is an opportunity to recover our real identity. Could this be why we incarnated on this planet?